Alright chaps, so this is a belated game week 29, well I say belated, I don't even think it is belated. Kyle has been very inconsistent with his timings, just so conveniently on this occasion he says that reviews are supposed to be done 2 days after, whereas when I've looked back throughout his requests for reviews and previews, that actually that's not consistent, so he's talking shit. But just to keep yourself happy, I'll do a quick review now. So first game was Roller FC versus Intergalacticos. Roller FC 105.75 to Bry's Intergalacticos 67. Three notable performances for my team. Joe Veltman, Mikel Antonio and Rafinha all coming in with 21.5 points each, which them three on their own would have been very close to beating Bry's team. Bry Odegaard had a good game, 15 points, Jared Bowen 13.5 points, and Callum Chambers chucked him in at the last minute for 14.5 points were his notable scorers, so that win just helped me with 3 points at the top of the league. Next we had Chudley Cannons versus Bukaki Jackies. Again, it should be worth mentioning there was only 4 games played in this game, so there were reduced squads in some cases. Chudley Cannons had 7 players and Bukaki Jackies had 8. Bukaki Jackies, let's have a look. I mean, Lucas Moura 21.5 points. Is his biggest high scorer by far. After that it's his goalkeeper, everything else was shit. Chudley Cannons jumped on the Brighton Hove Albion train. 10 points for Ben White, 21.5 for Jesse Lingard. Harry Kane scored 12 points, which ultimately meant that Chudley Cannons beat Bukaki Jackies 55.5 points to 40 points to Kyle. So Chudley Cannons well on the way of taking themselves off bottom spot. Next game was STP versus Stratton Stranglers, so it's the second and third place contenders battling it out just behind Colo, which promises is not a very nice place to be. But in the end, STP came out eventual winner. He actually doubled Gabe's score. I haven't seen a double for that yet, but I'm sure we'll get it because Gabe is a very honourable man and always fulfills his video obligations in a timely fashion, normally. So STP 63.75 points to Stratton Stranglers 29 points. Let's have a look at STP. So Tanganga 12.25, Zambo and Gisa 10.5, Ben Rama 8, but I think his top scorer was Luckman with 21 points. Everyone else was sort of fairly consistent apart from Trezeguet, who only got 1. Kufal got 0.75. Gabe was unlucky, he had 2 own goals in his team, so Craig Dawson and Souček both got own goals. Souček made up for it a little bit by a couple of shots on target, key pass, a goal in himself, so he still ended up with 14 points with an own goal on there, which is a decent score. But unfortunately for Gabe, he was really scratching about at the bottom of the pile. Thomas Partey, Almiron just come back from injury, didn't really do very well. Craig Dawson mentioned before, he ended up on minus 9.75, so it wasn't a great week for Gabe. Just a little bit unlucky, and I think in STP it was just those 2 Fulham guys who really cemented that win for him. So well done STP. So that's STP up into second place behind Roller FC. Sunny Money Happy Days versus Ragman FC. It's nice to see Sunny Money Happy Days doubling Phil Rag, so there's another double that we need. So Sunny Money Happy Days was 69.25 to Ragman 30.25. So within that, Jack Harrison had a really good game, 17.5. I believe Jack Harrison used to play for Ragman, so that might have been a bit of kick in the balls for him. Ndombele, who seems to be fairly consistent when he scores with ghost points. He always scores around about sort of 7.5, 8.59, sort of round about that region. But Lacazette, he got 24 points for Jura and really sort of done the biz for him. AFC Ragman, of course, there was no Man City contingent at all this week, so he was always going to be on a bit of a loser. Best performance was Lewis Dunk with 10 points, another Brighton Hove Albion defender. So well done, Sanny Money, happy days there. And finally, we've got the villains versus Piqué and De Bruyne. Piqué and De Bruyne had some really... he didn't have a really good game, but he did have a few. So he had Nicolas Pepe, he obviously got an assist. Trossard, need bother mate? Yeah, I know. Trossard, he got 27.5 points, so he's starting to come good. Excellent signing for Plops from Rolo FC. Everyone else in Plops' side, although he did that, John Anderson and Hugo Lloris scored sort of round about 12 points each. And on the other side, the villains, excellent going forward. So you had Patrick Bamford at 18 points, Neil Maupay 18 points, so that's 36 points. The total points was 43, so that tells you how the rest of his team done. Absolutely shit. But Piqué and De Bruyne keeps the Wolves from his door. 75.75 points to the villains, 43.75. So that was a review for Game Week 29. Thanks very much, boys, and best of luck in Game Week 30. Ta-ra.